All right, everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be reviewing The Dragon Prince on Netflix. So, this has been a show that I have been particularly interested in watching for a while, even though it's generally the a target audience I would say is kids. Um, but, that's never stopped me before. And there's a few here and there, like Avatar, that I enjoy watching. So, I kind of just turned it on actually, and just kind of like I had kind of run out of other things I wanted to watch immediately, so I just kind of turned it on recently and was like, "Oh, I've been wanting to watch this for a while. Why not?" And I kind of got sucked into it, which was surprising because I wasn't expecting that. Um, I think one thing that's really cool about the show is just the world building that they do in such a short amount of time. Because the show is only there's 3 seasons out, and I'm just talking about season one. Uh, season one's only 9 episodes, and they're 20-minute episodes, 25 minutes technically. Um, but that's not a lot of time to tell a story. That's pretty short compared to most shows. I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender is 20 episodes a season, I think. So I think they fluctuate a little bit. I'd have to go back and check. Um, but the amount of world building that is done in 9 episodes is pretty fantastic. And I mean, a lot of that is done through artistic style and character choice and stuff like that. But we get a pretty good understanding of the basic layout of the world, the factions, a few of the factions at play, I guess, the elves and humans. And we know that some of the humans there's more than just one human kingdom, but we're focusing on one specific one. We get a basic magic system established pretty quickly. It's not, I would say that it's not fully fleshed out, but it's a kid show, so that's not super important. But there's enough where we know the rules and how it works, at least for the main character, as well as just a little bit of hints of other magics that deal with, material components that they need. Um, the characters are pretty good. I really I really digged. I really was digging Callum, the main character, and honestly, the main trio is really interesting. And I like. It's hard for me to separate because the voice actor who plays Sokka is the same one who plays Callum, and so since I've watched Avatar so many times, it's a little hard for me to separate the two, especially since they have some similar characteristics. Um, but I like him as the protagonist, I would say. The trio is kind of all the main character, but it like focuses on him first, which kind of makes us drawn to him. Um, I like that he's not like this traditional hero, which is interesting for a kid show, obviously. Like, he kind of isn't good at anything. He kind of has to figure it out as he goes. I think that there's some good lessons held within here, including like being different is okay, and you need to work with people that are not the same as you. Which obviously for a kid show, this is going to be very like touchy feely sometimes, and like very like pointed. To get these simple lessons across. So, but it does it in a way that doesn't like talk down, but weaves them into the story. Another really good thing that I like, and I think this is due to, um, obviously this is due to it being a shorter show, but there's no real filler episodes like you normally get in shows like these. There's still like I would say the adventure of the week type, where they go to a specific location and there's an antagonist. That doesn't mean they're necessarily a villain or anything. They're just an antagonist for the episode, a problem that they have to basically solve and overcome. But each episode leads into the next episode, and they kind of are this concurrent story of things that happened previously are important moving forward. And I mean, that is helped by obviously the Netflix format of being able to stream it all together instead of having it be in traditional, television where it's dropped episode by episode each week, and then you have to catch it at the proper time or whatever. So I really enjoy that because I like that style of storytelling, especially for television. And because of streaming services, we've been getting a ton more of those, obviously, in the last, 5 to 8 years. Critiques for the show. This isn't a writing thing, but at least in season 1, the animation is a little clunky, I guess I would say. And I think that's just due to a limited budget more than anything. So I'm not too upset. It didn't pull me out of the show. It was just a little distracting from time to time. And I got used to it as the show went on. Other than that, I'm not picking it apart quite as thoroughly as I would do a more advanced fantasy book, because one, there's not a lot of time to pull it apart, but there's also when you have a show like this for a target audience, you have very specific things you can do and things you can't do. So obviously there's not there's fighting, but there's not direct violence. And even with the violence that's portrayed, it's done in a way to be, very for younger kids, not for, an older audience. So you kind of get those traditional tropes a little bit of the assassin who will not kill. So are they really an assassin? But other than that, there's not really a whole lot I can pull out of here without more story, I feel. So I'm interested to kind of see where this goes from here. I would say that as a recommendation, if you like Avatar: The Last Airbender, I would just check it out. I think that plenty of people have made that, comparison, and I'm sure that many people who like Avatar: The Last Airbender have watched this show as well. But if you're going to watch it, I would say that keep in mind that it is for kids, so you're not going to get the same experience out of it that you'd get out of a more in-depth, darker story, I feel, like Stormlight Archives or anything like that, obviously. But it's a fun little adventure, honestly. And it's short, so it's a nice little, if you need a break from your long, stories or shows that are hour-long episodes, this is a good way to break it up a little bit, and it's a pretty quick watch. So that's going to be it for this one. So be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you have anything else to add or don't agree, go ahead and post comments down below, and we can discuss and talk about that. So I will see everyone later. Thank you for watching.